and allegiance to the Constitution of the state as by law established, that I will uphold the sovereignty and integrity of India, that I will faithfully and conscientiously discharge the duty upon which I am about to enter, and that I will do right to all manner of people in accordance with the Constitution and the law, without fear or favor, affection or ill will. I do further swear in the name of Allah that I will not directly or indirectly communicate or reveal to any person or persons any matter which shall be brought under my consideration or shall become known to me as a minister for the state, except as may be required for the due discharge of my duties as such minister.
I now request Shri Haseeb Drabu to take oath as Minister for the State.
I, Haseeb Drabu.
I, Haseeb Drabu, do swear in the name of God that I will bear true faith and allegiance to the Constitution of the state as by law established, that I will uphold the sovereignty and integrity of India, that I will faithfully and conscientiously discharge the duty upon which I am about to enter, and that I will do right to all manner of people in accordance with the Constitution and the law, without fear or favor, affection or ill will. I further do swear in the name of God that I will not directly or indirectly communicate or reveal to any person or persons any matter which shall be brought under my consideration or shall become known to me as a minister for the state, except as may be required for the due discharge of my duties as such minister.
I now request Shri Ghulam Nabi Lone to take oath as Minister for the State.
I, Ghulam Nabi Lone, do swear in the name of God that I will bear true faith and allegiance to the Constitution of the state as by law established, that I will uphold the sovereignty and integrity of India.
The North Pole and the South Pole have met at the Zorawar Singh Auditorium in Jammu. The swearing-in ceremony presently underway. One MLA of the PDP and one MLA of the BJP taking turns to be sworn in. Mufti Mohammad Saeed is the Chief Minister of Jammu and Kashmir. Dr. Nirmal Singh is the Deputy Chief Minister. Sajjad Lone also sworn in, of course, on the BJP quota. And Siddiq Wahid, this is very interesting. There was some doubt whether Sajjad Lone would be in or out, but he is in on the BJP quota.
Correct. And I think that it also shows the strength of the BJP in the coalition as such.
It does. Now, when we talk about the road ahead for this alliance, the BJP and the PDP, Dr. Shyama Prasad Mukherjee made the supreme sacrifice of his life, trying to remove the J&K constitution, but that's the constitution, Ijaz, on which the vote taking is taking place today.
It just shows that you have history and then you have evolution of a political process. Nothing works in vacuum. And the fact that we are calling this historical is the kind of mandate that is received and the BJP, which wants to have its own presence because it wants to represent the people in every place possible, which is why we contested all the seats in the Kashmir Valley also. The idea is to reach out to as many people as possible, and this is an example of that.
And Javed, the swearing-in ceremony is also very interesting. It's in English, it's in Hindi, it's in Urdu, it's in Dogri. It actually shows the different cultures that are actually coming together.
Well, absolutely. It's very rich in symbolism, and I hate to be a dampener, but it's important to strike a note of caution. And I cannot help but quote a line from Allama Iqbal, "Abhi ishq ke imtihan aur bhi hain." The real test of this alliance will come in the months ahead.
So far, this were two parties, Siddiq, they were wooing each other. Now the marriage is taking place, and it's only now when they live together will the real issues actually crop up. Now, if we were to discuss the landmines that Rahul and I were discussing just a short while back, what do you see as the biggest landmine that the two parties, that this marriage will face in the times to come?
I think that two things. One is the credibility that the PDP will have to win back in the valley. It's suffered enormously, if it's not dead, and I think that is going to be a serious landmine.
That's a major point you're making. You're saying PDP's credibility in Jammu and Kashmir, especially in Kashmir, is dead because it allied with the BJP.
Well, I wouldn't say it's dead, but it's sort of on a ventilator, I think, and it's not an all-time high either. I mean, I think that's a bit. The other thing is talks on the dispute that is called Jammu and Kashmir. I think the PDP has made it a point to say that we are going to push it, we're going to push it. And quite frankly, I mean, if that is going to be put on the back burner again and said, well, first let's give everybody jobs and let's first start up the economy, then it'll have been a very, very ordinary alliance.
No, but talks with whom?
Talks with both Pakistan as well as with the Hurriyat.
Okay.
Because quite frankly, I mean, the Hurriyat does represent the sentiment that is, sort of the most radical, if you will, in the valley, and that has to be engaged.
Explain this, Ijaz. The Prime Minister made it very clear, even to Pakistan, you talk to Hurriyat, then you don't talk to us. But the PDP also wants talks with Hurriyat, and just now the Prime Minister is sitting on the dais, there's an alliance between the two.
I think let's wait for the details in the Common Minimum Program. You'll get a very fine print coming out. But the fact is, the BJP as a party and this alliance, all these things have been discussed threadbare, and we understand that involving all stakeholders in the process is something that you can't shy away from. But I would rather wait for the details to be spelled out clearly in the CMP before taking a firm position on this.
Javed, isn't there a contradiction here? Ijaz says involve all stakeholders, that includes the Hurriyat. When it comes to BJP, PDP, Hurriyat talks with Delhi, but the Prime Minister says don't talk to Hurriyat when there's an India-Pakistan conversation.
Yeah, it happens, but in politics, when you need to compromise, you need to walk that extra mile. And in the larger interest of the country, in the larger interest of the state, if it helps bring about peace and stability in Jammu and Kashmir, then perhaps the government should be willing to speak to all those who matter there. Because after all, Gaurav, you need to make peace with your enemies, with people with radical elements, not with friends. I mean, you're already on an even keel with friends. It's only others who are outside the purview who you need to bring in.
There was some indication from the PDP that the new government will work on development first, Siddiq, and not move forward on talking with the Hurriyat. So is that the PDP stepping back from a stated position already?
Well, I don't know whether it's a stepping back, but if it is a stepping back, and if it is sort of saying that, we have to take turns, developing J&K is going to take a long time. I mean, there's 25, 30 years to catch up on. So I think that is something that needs to be taken into cognizance. And I think that the other thing is that if the PDP is thinking of putting the talks or the problem, the dispute over J&K in the back burner, it'll be a fatal mistake.
Okay, now is that the fatal mistake, or once considered a part of the Hurriyat, if Sajjad Lone is a part of the government, should there be perhaps a change of stance from the Hurriyat? If we see a more moderate Hurriyat coming out, would that be perhaps grounds to move forward?
You know, I mean, the word moderate is sometimes a euphemism for those who agree with us. You know, and if you wait to have people agree with you, then you will always have the people who are disagreeing again take in that step. So let's not play with semantics. I think that there is serious, deep disagreement between Kashmir and Delhi, and that has to be addressed. And you have to talk to people you disagree with, that are radical in their approach to that. Because just as Delhi is radical in its approach, so is that. You need to find a medium. There's no two ways about it. And you cannot wait ad infinitum. We waited 6-7 years.
You know, when you look at the swearing-in ceremony that is on right now, what do you make of the composition of Mufti Muhammad Saeed's government?
You're asking me that?
Yes.
Well, I don't know. You know, most of the people, I must confess, I don't recognize. But that's a weakness within me. I mean, I don't keep up with the day-to-day politics, and particularly within parties, and particularly with the BJP. I don't, and things. But I think, you know, the most I can say is that you have a few people who are very prominent and are known, and then there is a lot that you don't know, and because of the fact that you don't know about it, you cannot really speak about the you know, composition.
Ijaz?
You know, I think it's you can see very well that there's been an effort to accommodate regions which were not represented earlier. I mean, very clearly, Kupwara, the Pahari tribes, the Dogri speaking people, they're trying to get all sections within the diversity of Jammu and Kashmir together. Because we talk about Kashmiriyat, Jamhuriyat, Insaniyat, it's not only the river Tavi in Jammu or the Chinar trees and Dal Lake. It's about sentiment of the entire evolution of this entire region called Jammu, Kashmir and Ladakh together.
Okay.
We need to expand upon the similarities within rather than look for the negatives and create divisions further.
Okay, Javed, this is going to be made public in a short while from now, but sources have shared bits of what this agenda for alliance will be like. And if I may, economic revival of Jammu and Kashmir is top on the PDP BJP agenda. If we were to talk about power, various thermal power plants, various other power plants coming in to Jammu and Kashmir, getting a coal block in Madhya Pradesh, improving road link between Jammu and Kashmir, between Leh and Srinagar, between the Mughal revival of the Mughal route. What do you make, or Jammu and Kashmir, you know, Jammu and Srinagar both being smart cities, what do you make of this alliance of the agenda for the alliance?
You know, but there's nothing surprising. All governments, even when the Congress and the NC government was sworn in, they said development first. We'll do X number of things. We'll open a rail link. So all that is all very good. But like my learned friend Siddiq Sahab was saying, and he knows Kashmir better than all of us here, that the core issue has to be addressed. This is important, and development must take place. Development has been taking place. But I guess the main issue remains, and that main issue has to be addressed. And I hope that Mr. Narendra Modi and Mr. Mufti Muhammad Saeed will bring all their political authority, sagacity and wisdom to bear in resolving that knotty issue.
Okay. Tourist circuit and IT park, these are some of the areas where the two sides want to move forward, develop both Srinagar and Jammu independently as tourist hubs. We will also, of course, there's news just coming in, taking a direct dig at the BJP. Former Jammu and Kashmir Chief Minister and National Conference Chief Omar Abdullah tweeted, "It is ironic BJP ministers are swearing allegiance to the same constitution of Jammu and Kashmir that Shyama Prasad Mukherjee tried getting rid of." We're slipping into a quick break. We'll be back with much more. Stay with us.